Well, guys, I've been looking at this truck all week. Every time I'd walk by it. And I gotta tell you, I am not impressed with this roof. I don't like how it's flowing. I don't like that. I don't like this. It's got pressure kinking down on the corner. I'm gonna have weld all the way around this. Put the pieces in here. I'm gonna have weld all the way around that on both sides. That's a lot of welding. And it is just fighting me to go straight. I'm gonna pull the plug on that. I'm going to make a new skin for the roof. It would be nice to have the sunroof in there, but it creates a place for a leak, for one. For two, it just don't look right. These trucks here are my passion. This is what started my company, is the 64 through 66 Chevy trucks. I've only had one of these trucks with the sunroof in it, and I yanked it out and rebuilt the roof. Yeah, I think it's time to step back and make it right. Whether I keep the truck or give it away, I don't know. I feel it needs to be a solid roof. I haven't really got a whole lot of information from you guys. If you would like to see it as a giveaway truck, I've had about, I don't know, half a dozen comments on it. A few of you have said to keep it, finish it, and sell it to Fun Blown Budget, which honestly, that was the original intent of bringing this truck in here. I don't know. I put a poll up showing my idea of the rules and regulations, but nobody's voted either way, so I don't know. You guys are gonna have to let me know. I'd like to see people's thoughts on that poll. Go read it and choose which side you're on. Until then, I'm going to keep working on it. If I give it away, it's getting more work done to it. So if not, it's still getting work done to it, and I'll sell it. All right. I'm going to get a new roof skin made. Man, I need more room in here. Or less junk. Probably less junk. wide side. I need to take a 1/4 inch off of each side up here. Tapered out to that. Why it's doing that. It didn't cut all the way off. Trim that corner. I think my shear needs adjustments. All right. Now I've got to lay it out and get a 3/8 bend put on each end. And then a 1/4 inch bend from the other side. Can you see? I need a 3/8 bend up, flip it over, 1/4 inch bend on the other side going down. That one's not 90. Then I need to back bend it on both sides and then put the bow in. This is gonna be so much fun by myself. I got the lip that goes down inside that channel, the holes for plug welding, that slight bend there, and the back roll. So, what that's imitating is this right here. All right, that's 4 foot. All right, that's 4 foot long. So, right here is the front of this panel that I put in. That will bring it clear back to here. That will be good. So what I need to do now is undo everything I did Monday as far as the sunroof goes. Pop these off here. I'll cut them off there. Pop them tacks off the front. There's only a few tacks on the back side. Get them off there, get this out of the way. I'll get that roof skin laid up here. Now I didn't put this roll in here, and there's a reason for that. And when I put that on there, I'll show you the reason for that. All right, the test fit is going good. I got the floor jack supporting the center up here. I got to keep that center up while I work back here, cut and weld down in. I get the back taken care of. The front, I got a little bit of a pucker right there, but once I get the back coked in there and a few stitches in there, that will hold up here. I got a little bit of tapping to do, and of course my ratchet strap bent the lip just a little bit. No big deal. I'll tap it around. I'll get the back and a couple in here on both sides. Leave this all loose. That way I can move the jack forward and work across this area. I've got a piece of 1/4-inch plate going across there that's already got a bow to it. So when I strapped it down, it just pulled it nice and tight. I think that'll work out good. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to cut, cope, and tap around, but I think that'll look a lot better than that big hole in the top and all the welds and all the, yeah. I could have just seen that being a nightmare, and I was dreading all that welding on a big open top. I need to modify a couple more clamps, and I don't know where my other clamps went. They've been missing for a couple years, but I've got some C-clamps like these with fingers like those just for this. I think that'll be good. I can cut along the edge of that, weld that up, and then reach in between here and pull that piece out. That'll work. All right, well, it's Friday evening and I'm heading home for the evening. I just feel a lot better about having it this way than the way it was before. Yeah, you can see that front edge needs a little tweaking. I'll get it though. Putting that other roof in there and putting all that pressure on it kind of distorted that a little bit, but I'll get it pulled around. Don't worry, I'll get it straightened around. It'll look good. All right, I'll be back in the morning and I'll get cutting and coping. Flabba-looby, good morning, everybody. All right, I'm gonna see about getting this whole back edge welded up today. Well, cut and at least tacked in place. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of welding, but other than that, I wanna do all the welding at the same time to the whole cab. So if I get everything structurally attached, I'll be happy. Got a lot of work to do, guys. I got to get busy. All right. Well, I'm going to put you guys on time lapse while I do this back section here. And once I get up to the front, I'll probably bring you back to straight time, because that's going to be a little bit different than just a flat little cut and weld and, you know, that kind of stuff. This here isn't that big a deal, but up there you got the curve to deal with. All right, well, I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I'll bring you back after a bit. I've got to say, that's a mighty fine looking scaffolding. You know, you don't have to be safe when you're doing this kind of stuff, but speed tape, Gorilla Tape. It'll help. Like I said, you don't have to be safe doing this stuff. Just make sure you're wearing safety glasses, because part of that hammer split off there and stuck right in my finger. That could have easily been an eyeball, but I've always got my glasses on, so. Well, here we go. I've got both sides tacked together like this, and if you look, that roof bows down right in the middle. That's a lot of roof for tinniness. I've got it. Don't worry, I've got it handled. I know what I'm gonna do here. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that jack right there, that board right there, I'm gonna put it right in the center and jack it up just enough so it's got a nice bow. Once that bow's in there, and the pressure is on it, I can come back and weld all this up and grind it. And when I release that, it should stay. Not only that, once I'm done with the back side and I come to the front with the jack in there and get this coat just like that, it should never move, ever. It shouldn't have any tinniness. I mean, look at that pressure right there. So, all right. Well, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna put some pressure up. And I think I'm just gonna start welding. Could have got a shorter truck to work on here. Should have did the drop stuff. And then did all this roof work. Got a lump right in the center. Yeah, don't like that. Okay. Well, it looks to me right there is got a kink. Okay, I think this will be all right when I weld it. And then, yeah, it's got a roll down right there. It should not have that. And this is bellied, so I'm gonna have to pull that up, work this down, and that's gonna stiffen all this. Right there's your roof strength in a stock 60 to 66. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this welded up, and then I'll deal with that later. I want to get the front side welded yet today too. Alright, now that I've taken a 10-minute break, I'm going to tackle this front. I decided I am not going to cut and butt the front because this panel comes up to about right in here and it curves down. I am going to use this panel and this panel against each other to get my curves back. I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out both ways until it gets out here. Then I have to pull this down, of course, on both sides. But you don't have to cut and butt all the time. You really have to judge that on your own. To the circumstance, I guess. But this, it'll come out. When I pull this down, it'll pull up in the middle and it will get that curve back in there. It'll have a thin layer of Duraglass on it. It ain't gonna hurt a thing, man. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna get to grinding and start coating on it. Tricky here because there's about a foot right there where I gotta stand up here without kinking my hood and lean across and work on it. Yeah, fun! I think I'm going to have to get the belt sander to clean up down in there. Okay, so what I've done is I put the jack in the center to support the middle where I want that. What I'm going to do, it looks like I need to grind back a little bit farther. Hold tight. Back to what I was saying. What I'm going to do, I've got this 1/4-inch plate laying up here so it doesn't keep the top down. I'm going to lay this up like this right here, and I'm going to tack it to the roof. Now right here in the center, it's down. When I cut that out, it puckered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both sides to support as long as my weld will hold. There we go. That just pulled all that kink out of it. Now I'll get this up here tacked. You don't want to pull too hard because you'll put a big dent going that way right there. And then I'll move over a little bit and do the same thing. Just like that. See how it's pulling it nice and tight all the way across? Come over about right here. See, that's keeping, that curve is almost perfect, man. It's real close. Slide over here without kinking the hood. I'm trying not to get too good of a tack on there. I don't want to, when I break it off, I don't want to break a hole through it. Keep working it like that until you get out to the edges. There are some instances where you do not want to cut and butt like your overlap like this. You want to cut and butt. But in this instance, it works. It'll work out nice. See, there's a little bit of a pucker right there, so actually that old tack broke. All right. Now, there is a little bit of a low right there. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. It's tight here, and low right there. So, doing this, it's pulling both of them together. Strap's getting annoying. That looks amazing. That looks awesome across there. Okay, now before I keep going any farther out, I need to get this bowed into place, because laying flat like this, if I bring it out here, I'm going to have to kink it on the corners to get it down in. So what I'm going to do, climb down without falling for one. Okay, I'm going to take this hammer right here, slide it up in, and do that right there. Where are my other clamps? Man, I had that bugger on there now. Okay, I just thought of something else. Before I bring that down, that roof skin is right there. I need to get that out because this needs to go flat against the upper rail. Okay. Go back to the big one. I can reach it a little bit better. Grab the plasma and nip that corner out of there. Where is my lead? Okay, now I should be able to get that clamp down. After I straighten the lip I just made. Yeah, me and those clamps are going to go round and round, I tell you. I'm going to Hey, just roll with that, it's a little warm. Yeah, you're not coming off next time till I cut you off. 10, 9. Work it. All right, this side is ready. I like it. That looks good. Nice and tight all the way across, strong. Okay, now to get everything moved to the other side. All right, I got both sides tacked together. I have right at 2 hours before I have to leave. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse and I'm gonna get busy. I wanna try to have as much of this done today as I can. All right, guys, on that note, I'm calling it a day. She looks good. I am so glad I decided to get rid of that moon roof. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? I'd have had this weld, that weld, as well as 2 welds all the way down. Man, that would have been so tough to keep this roof straight. But if you look down through there, it's really straight, guys. It looks good. Now when I go to grind it, I'll jack that up just a little bit. It'll put a little bit of pressure right there, and I'll grind it and let the heat dissipate and cool. And that'll stay right there. I got these all plugged back in there. Never mind the blood. That pair of clamps that I've been fighting with all day, they're gone. It took a big chunk out of my thumb. Yeah, that hurt. But as far as today goes, I'm getting out of here. You can see the belly right there. All I got to do is put a little pressure up right here and do a little bit of tapping with probably the rubber mallet. I'll pull up in between here and there, right in the middle. I'll pull up right here and I'll work this. It'll put that curve back where it needs to be. It'll put that curve where it needs to be. And the roof will be ready for body work, grinding and body work. I've got to go through and get the rest of this seam sealer out here. Up here, I'm not going to take any seam sealer out. I'm going to finish cleaning up right in here. But all this, I just put that in there when I did the truck the first time. So when I get to that point, I will show you what I use. I don't use just a normal seam sealer. I use a 2-part self-level. I think it's 3M number 3777 if I remember right. But it takes, on this, it's probably going to take about 5 tubes. Yeah, this is a lot. But I always fill this up all the way to the top of this lip. I don't know why I didn't there, but you can see what it does. It lets water set in there. Yeah, normally I'll fill that up with that self-level all the way around. And then when I'm done, I'll take a grinder and clean it off down to the lip. And then when I do the body work and paint, it's a nice smooth and the water will not set there and rot them out like they always do. That is what kills these cabs. But I'm not at that point yet. And I wasn't planning on doing all the welding today, but I figure I'm set up, I'm up here. I'm just gonna keep right on going. Now, I've got to get in here and do the headliner and all that stuff yet, too. No problem. No problem at all. But for now, I don't need to do that. I need to finish getting this all secured. That way the cab is stable. Get the cab stable. I can do that later. I want to get the cab stable, get my body mounts made and put in, and then get to doing the doors. I'm excited to do the doors, but I got to wait until it's time. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. It is extremely warm today. I am covered in grinding dust. I'm itchy. And I'm ready to go get me a food and then go get me a shower. Hey, if you liked this video today, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully it's not in the same condition mine is. Ew, I'd better change that. But, hey. All right. Well, till tomorrow, have a good evening.